We live in a culture that emphasizes efficiency, and it emphasizes outcomes and effects, I would say. And you find that plays out in a lot of different ways. It plays out in ethics, field that I work in. For example, the crisis that occurred following the promulgation of Humanae Vitae, called proportionalism, presented the church with a version of a kind of utilitarian sort of ethical theory. And what it emphasized was precisely outcomes. A moral action would be gauged in terms of its goodness or badness, in terms of the kinds of outcomes that it would produce. So there's one example. Another way in which this technological orientation of our society manifests itself is in terms of the understanding of love and marriage. And we find that particularly in modern notions of the person, what we call here at the Institute, what we like to call anthropology, which basically is just a philosophical or theological idea of what the human person is, or what a human being is. So our modern culture, following thinkers such as Descartes, following Bacon, following others, it's developed with that idea of the human person, a kind of a dualism. The body is not really part of the person, but is a kind of a machine in which the person dwells. And if that's your starting point, if that's how you understand physical reality, if that's how you understand in particular the body as an external mechanism dwelled in by human soul, that plays out in a lot of different ways. It would probably mean that, for example, sexual difference, that human beings are always male or female, would be understood as not very significant or important. Hence, there would be a tendency for it to bear fruit in what we have today, for example, in these calls for gay marriage. Contraception, the teaching of the church on contraception would be difficult to understand, because it would only be a kind of a manipulation of this dead matter, or this matter external to the person. So there are a lot of ways in which this plays out in terms of its significance for love.